Oh god, I hate this chair. Hi guys, how's it going? This is the second episode of the Vegan Propaganda Podcast. Someday I'd like to make this into a weekly thing. Wednesdays seem like a nice day to do it. That way if I was... Okay, so my goal is to someday get to the point where I can post 3 things a week. And that sounds so unrealistic knowing the way that I am, but you know what? Hey, shooting for the stars, right? So I'd love to do like one vegan-y lifestyle type video, one personal like vloggy type video, and then a podcast episode per week. And so I'd love to do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of thing with the podcast being on Wednesday. Again, we're shooting for the stars, rooting for the stars, however the phrase goes, but that's better than, that's a good thing, right? High aspirations. Yeah, so feel free to like complain at me whenever you want, and send me like regular complaints and reminders to actually post, because I think guilt really works with me. So yeah, anyways. So hopefully this one will go a lot quicker and smoother than the last one. Not that the last one was that bad, but I did have to edit out quite a few little hiccups and pauses that I had. And also I have my SD card freed up, my camera is charged up, so hopefully I won't have to do any technical difficulty switch-ups in between, during the podcast, which was really frustrating last time. I think I changed the battery in the camera like 3 times because I suck. I don't even know if it... Anyways, enough about the battery. So, as I explained in the last episode, I wanted to do, start out the podcast with a beverage. So, introduce it and be like, what is it? I don't know. I'm going to talk about a drink. Okay, so this is my drink. And then later in the podcast, I talk about a food, and I have the food. I'm really excited to eat it. And tell you guys about it. And then also the last time I meant to do questions at the end. That was my, what part of my format was that I wanted to do, the articles and stuff. And then once I finished those, I would do some questions. Maybe only 3 questions, maybe 7 questions, depending on how long it takes me to answer them. But I want to actually do that this time. And I'll be using some of the questions that I didn't answer yet on my Instagram story. I was doing Q&A on there the other day because of the new Instagram feature, so I just figured I would save some of those questions and talk about them on here. So look forward to that at the end. Okay, so this is already the 10th thing that I've talked about, but this is a green smoothie. I've been really, obviously, I guess, okay, if you're on the podcast, if you're listening to it, because I after this one, after I finish recording this one and upload it and stuff, I really want to put it on, iTunes podcasts or SoundCloud or something, because I know a lot of you guys wanted me to do that, and that was my plan. I just didn't want to do it, right away and take all the time to, upload a podcast everywhere if I wasn't even sure that I wanted to continue with it, and if it wasn't really getting a lot of support. But thank you for all the support that I got in the last one, because I'm definitely going to continue. But anyways, so I have to remember that I need to describe the things pretty well, because some people aren't actually watching, they're just listening, I guess. So I'm drinking a green smoothie. I've been very into green smoothies lately, trying to get my greens in, because I'm about to leave for a week for Oregon with my friend Casey, so I didn't want to buy a bunch of spinach or kale, because I didn't think I would be able to finish it in time. So I've been trying to get greens in with greens powder instead, because that doesn't, I already have that stuff and it doesn't go bad for a long time. So anyways, I've never been a big, green smoothie drinker. I've always been scared because it always just ends up being, gritty or just gross. As you guys have seen me make a million times before, I make smoothies Hey man, I often make smoothies with greens powder in them, but they're not green smoothies, if that makes sense. They're purple. Because my classic smoothie is like blueberries, banana, peanut butter, non-dairy milk, chia seeds or hemp seeds, and greens powder. And so there's greens in it, but you can't really taste it, and it's not the defining factor of the smoothie, if you know what I mean. But this one, obviously, if you're watching, obviously is. So I've been making smoothies with, initially I was using coconut cream because we ran out of regular milk. And so I had a can of coconut cream, so I opened it and was just using it for smoothies throughout the week. But I would do coconut cream, greens powder, apple juice, a little bit of lemon juice, frozen pineapple, and 1 banana. Did I already say greens powder? Greens powder. Oh, and some minced ginger. I bought some minced ginger from Thrive Market. And I actually really like that. I was kind of hoping to create something similar to the greens and ginger smoothie from Jamba Juice that I like a lot. However, I was a little disappointed because I found out that it's like lemonade. They use like actual lemonade in it, so it's not as healthy as one might think a greens and ginger smoothie would be, because that's got quite a bit of sugar from the lemonade. So that was what I was thinking with the lemon juice, and I was kind of scared because I was like, I'm not sure if this is gonna actually taste good. But even like first try, it was really good. So I advise you guys to play around with that if you want to make green smoothies, but you're scared of the gritty texture like me, just get some greens powder if you have access to it. I got some at Target one time, and it was like $20 for a container, and it lasted me a long time. But you can also get it cheaper online. But yeah, it's a lot easier with the greens powder. It's a lot easier to make a smooth smoothie because it's powder, obviously. And so yeah, this one actually, we have some mango puree, so I used that instead of apple juice, which is really good. So this one's a little thicker, but I think it's really good. It tastes like really creamy, even though I don't know what I was going for there. I just totally. Anyways, so yeah, that's my latest obsession, I guess you can say. Yeah, it makes me feel good about myself. Even if the whole rest of the day I don't do anything productive at all and I eat junk food for the whole rest of the day, at least I know that I had a green smoothie for breakfast. It's not really breakfast, it's like 4 p.m. But anyways, so should really get on to the thingies now. So if you guys watched or listened to the last one, you may have remembered that I talked about this product, or so to say, called Mulu. And turns out it was just milk the whole time. And they were marketing it as like a superfood and like giving it to people on the street. And it was really cringy. But I was kind of like interested. I was very intrigued just to see like where it goes and like what happens with it. And then the other day when I was looking up like all these articles for this episode of the podcast, I accidentally clicked the Mulu Instagram account, and it is no longer available. I was very confused, interested to see that, but there's no Instagram. I don't know if you guys remember, but the last time I looked at it, it was like only like 100 followers, like 110 or something. And that was like maybe 2 weeks ago, and now it's gone. So, that's it. I thought that was interesting. And then I was like, well, maybe they just changed like their, handle. And so I looked at their website, and if you go all the way down where it normally would have their Instagram link, it just says Instagram #drinkmulu. And then I also noticed when I had scrolled all the way down there, I didn't see this before, that it just says, this is a disclaimer. This product is milk. Mulu will not be sold in stores, but milk always is. So, what the heck? It's like not even a thing. Like they don't even sell it. They just made it to make like this video where this girl is gonna like give it to people on the street. Like it's not even a thing. They went through all the effort to like design this beautiful bottle. That was the only thing that I thought was like valuable about this whole campaign was the design of the bottle, because I think it's super beautiful. But it's not even real. It's fake. The whole thing. There is no Mulu. It's just to make it. I have to move this closer to me. I can't move. This is why I need a new chair, because when I record things, like a voiceover, a podcast, I just have to sit as still as possible, or any squeak. Oh, now it doesn't make much noise. Is that picking up? Anyways. Really enjoying this green smoothie. A little unfortunate that I made so much, because I don't really want to. I have trouble with drinking and talking at the same time. Not very good at that. Not good at multitasking, I've noticed over the years. Oh, wow. We need to liven up the mood. Am I right? It's getting a little boring. Okay, so starting off with the people category. As I mentioned before, I have 4 categories of people, places, things, and ideas. And it's kind of like I'm just effing around when I'm putting them into the categories, because I really don't know what I'm doing. Half of them I'm like, this could be any of these, but I'm just going to pick one. But anyways, we'll start with people. I just spit all over my microphone, which is mostly like celebrities, actors, singers, social media people, whatever. But yeah, people. So, on to the weird stuff right away. Peppa Pig surprise show urged to go vegan and teach kids about compassion for all animals. Okay, so I have quite a few opinions on this. I just also thought it was just interesting. It'd be something like interesting to talk about. I don't know. Did you expect me to talk about Peppa Pig on this podcast? Probably not. So yeah, anyways. So there's a show called Peppa Pig. Most of you guys have probably seen it via memes, memeagery. But it's a British show, right? Is it a British show? Anyways, so it's a show about some cartoon pigs living life, as one would. And they have like a live show going around in Australia right now, I guess. And PETA, of course, is urging the venues that are holding these performances to go vegan. So if you've ever been to like any concert anywhere or performance of any kind at like a concert venue, you've probably noticed that they don't often have a lot of vegan options. Most of them, unless you're like in a real hip place in LA, or like I went to the Berkeley concert arena, or not arena, the Berkeley concert area. I don't know what it was called. UC Berkeley, and they actually had pretty good vegan options. I remember them having more than one like food, like actual food thing, and it was really good. I got like a curry thing. But anyways, most places, they're just gonna sell like typical, like hot dogs, nachos, that kind of stuff. And so I'm assuming that these Australian venues are probably a similar thing, where they're just selling like junk food and stuff like that. And so PETA is like saying that doesn't align with the show. Like, you guys should change to a vegan menu for the duration of the show. So that, what does it say? Many of the young children who will cheer for Peppa would be horrified to learn that ham and sausages are made from pigs like her. Peppa shows others that she's not a piece of bacon or a ham sandwich, but rather an individual with emotions and ability to feel joy. What better way to honor the live show's message than by serving vegan meals? So obviously I agree with that, like, mindset. Like, I mean, it does make more sense to not sell, like, a hot dog. Oh, well, Australians probably don't eat hot dogs, huh? I'm relating it to, like, American concert venues, but anyways, it makes more sense for, like, a venue to not be selling, like, meat, especially pork, when there's a show about, like, pigs living their lives and, like, being happy, and all the kids love the pigs and want the pigs to be happy, you know? I get that. But also, this whole, like, PETA spending so much time and effort on this, and, like, I don't know, expecting the venues to actually respond positively is just, like, pretty unrealistic to me. Like, I can't imagine any venue, unless it was, like, a super, like, hip venue, you know. But I'm assuming that this isn't whatever's hosting a Peppa Pig show. But anyways, it just seems a little crazy to me. I can't imagine a venue, like, just being like, you know what, you're right, let's make a whole new, like, vegan menu just for the Peppa Pig show. Like, it's just not gonna happen. It's so unrealistic to me. And that's something that, oh, here we go again, starting off the podcast with negativity. But I think that's a big problem that I have with PETA and their, like, the things that they do, the things that they choose to spend a lot of money and effort into, is that, like, they just kind of seem like they're in a different world where, like, I don't know, like, they have a weird, like, a warped perception of how the world is and, like, how people actually respond to things. Because, I don't know, it just seems like there's so many other things that they could be doing that would receive much more positive responses than this would. And even, like, it says in this article, the compassionate proposition was not received kindly by Newcastle City Council Chief Executive Jeremy Bath, who said the request goes straight to the bin. However, PETA strives on to evoke change, arguing that the move could result in an increase of visitors to the venue. And, like, I don't know, it just kind of makes me sad. I just feel like there's other things that they could do other than this. I just can't see a venue just, you know, actually being like, you know what? Yeah, we should make a... Oh, I thought my camera was dying. We should make a vegan menu for the kids. And also, like, I don't know, like, the fact that they're kids is important to me also because, like, the kids, like, I feel like the kids, like, literally wouldn't care. Like, if there was vegan food, if there was non-vegan food, most of the kids don't connect it that way. Not that they should. I mean, not that they shouldn't. They definitely should, but they're just not going to. I mean, think about all the kids that grew up watching Finding Nemo and Chicken Run and Barnyard Animals. What other things? You know, those kind of things. And then, like, they still eat fish and farm animals all the time. Like, they just don't connect it. It takes a very, very rare child to actually, like, connect that. I mean, most adults don't connect that. They love the movie Finding Nemo. They love the movie Chicken Run or whatever, and yet they have no problem, like, eating meat or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, I just think things like this do more harm than good because they don't do good because no one cares. People just don't care about these kinds of things, and they do harm because then people are like, wow, vegans are crazy. Look what they're doing, pushing for Peppa Pig to have a vegan menu. Like, what the heck? I don't know. Feel free to share your opinions down below. Anyways, so it's just so funny. I just have all these, like, random links in here that just... Anyways, next up, Miley Cyrus. Sure, you guys all know who she is. And most of you probably also know that she's vegan, and she's been publicly vegan online and whatnot for quite some time now, at least a few years. And I don't like follow her that intensely. I every once in a while I'll see her, check up on her Instagram or whatever, see what she's doing. And it makes me happy to see her like seemingly being the most herself that I've ever seen her be, just like very like just free and expressive. And I think it's really cool that she's vegan because she has such a huge following, and I think definitely not a few years ago, but like right now she's seen as a very like authentic and like friendly person. At least that's how I see her. I don't know. Maybe other people hate her, but she just seems like a nice girl at this point. She went through a rough phase, but like right now, I think, she's got a pretty positive reception from at least people of my generation. And we grew up with her, so she has a special place in a lot of our hearts. And so to see her go vegan and like promote veganism and stuff is just really like cute and makes me happy. But I thought it'd be kind of interesting if I'd like point this out, and then maybe we can like discuss it a little bit in the comments. But with people like Miley Cyrus being vegan online and like promoting that and stuff, sometimes I get a little like uncomfortable just because I know she has like a lot of young fans and a lot of like really intense fans where like they treat her like a god, and like everything she does or promotes is like law or whatever. And that's like not that's her fault or anything, like that's a lot of celebrities. But I sometimes worry because I think about like kids getting into it for the wrong reason, or kids like just being vegan so that they can be like their favorite singer or Instagrammer or actor or whatever, and not really like understanding why, or not being smart about it. And I just thought, I don't know, I thought I would like put that out there and we can like talk about it. 'Cause not that I have like any problem, like I don't want like Miley Cyrus to like not post about vegan stuff, but I love how I didn't even say like what I'm even talking about. Miley Cyrus posted a picture of her eating an Impossible Foods burger on 4th of July, or near 4th of July, and there's like a, it's a very 4th of July looking photo. And then she just tagged them, and in the comments, Impossible Foods is like responding to her saying, "Woo, thanks for sharing the burger emoji." And then they're kind of like responding to a lot of people in the replies, and a lot of people are like asking questions, and it's like a very positive little chat in the replies. And I don't know, I think it's cool. But I also think like when we see stars like this who have so many young fans, I think it's important to like always take into account how sometimes it can get a little questionable whether it's good or bad, that a lot of people are following her, because as most of you know, many people like to go vegan just to say they're vegan, and they don't actually do it like smartly, and they end up losing weight unhealthily or getting rid of their period, losing hair, whatever, just because they're not eating enough, they're malnourished, like nutrients wise. But yeah, so if you guys have any like opinions on that, or like, I don't know, like celebrities that you think are doing it right or doing it wrong, or what you think celebrities could do to like make sure that kids don't go about it the wrong way. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there as something to think about. So on to some other stuff. I have quite a few things in here about like royal people. Not something I know a lot about, so I'll probably say something that's wrong. Sorry about it. But I've never been into the royal family stuff. I've never really followed it. anything like that. I occasionally see stuff about them and I'm like, oh, they look happy or they look cute or something, but I don't know a lot of their names. I don't know what they're doing. I just don't know the things. But I've been like keeping up no, I shouldn't say that. I know who Meghan Markle is, so that's something. But yeah, so if you don't know who she is, she just married Prince Harry, and they're very cute together. Yeah. But I didn't know that apparently she's mostly vegan. She's like super healthy, which like makes sense. I mean, look at her. But it says like she's been getting Prince Harry, her now husband, into like eating more vegetables and eating less meat and stuff. It says Meghan has completely changed Harry's diet. She's got him juicing and he has lost at least half a stone. I have no clue how much that is, which is a lot for someone as skinny as he is. They have bought a top of the range juicer and she has him on fruit and veg smoothies. She's also weaning him off meat, which is pretty cool. I mean, he's like seen as like a very, or I feel like all the princes, right? I don't know, seen as like, you know, like very manly and like the ideal like man, like he's a prince and like everybody's like, whoa, you know. So like for him to be like being weaned off meat, and he says something like, oh, maybe it wasn't in this article. He was saying something about like how he the change to Prince Harry's diet comes as a surprise to many who know him to love food like Kentucky Fried Chicken, burgers, and carb-heavy foods. During a visit to Chicago last year, the prince revealed, "I don't even eat pizza anymore." So, like, that's pretty cool. Especially since, like, they're talking about, like, health. It's not just like, oh, like, I don't know, like, losing weight or whatever. It's like they're actually talking about like eating kale and like eating smoothies and you know, quinoa or whatever. So I don't know. Then a lot of people can see that and be like, oh, like if he can do that, then I can maybe do that or whatever. Or maybe they can't, because if they see him like a god, then they're like, easy for him, he's perfect. I don't know. How do people view these people? It seems like everybody's just like obsessed with them and everything they do is like, oh my god. I'm making so many noises. Anyways, Prince Harry to abstain from traditional Boxing Day hunt. So, wait, I thought Boxing Day was like Australian thing. Do other countries do Boxing Day? Anyways, so apparently, why do I even have this out? Why am I talking about this? This is Christmas time. I hate myself. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I just put it in here so I'd be like, oh, also, by the way, while he was engaged to Meghan Markle, he didn't go hunting with all the other guys, dudes, because she's a keen animal rights activist. Markle doesn't approve of hunting in any capacity and often eats vegan meals, although seemingly not on every occasion. Almost seems like a little shade to her, but that's fine. Yeah, so apparently he didn't hunt. That's pretty dope, right? Am I right? Yeah, so I bet a bunch of like dads all across the world were like, whoa, look what she's doing to him, demasculating him. I don't know, it seems like something one of my uncles would say or something. Anyways, the Queen of England takes big step for marine life with new plastic ban. When was this? February. What is up with me? I'm not very smart. So I guess the Queen of England has banned the use of all plastic straws and bottles from royal estates. where does it say? Internal caterers at Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, and the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh will now only be able to use china plates and glasses or recyclable paper cups. Additionally, takeaway packaging in Royal Collection cafes are now required to be made from compostable or biodegradable materials. So that's super cool. Super late on this to be telling you guys about it, but maybe you guys don't know also, because I didn't know. So, but anyways, so many of you guys may know Ivana. Is it Ivana? Is it Ivana? I don't know. Lynch. She's from Harry Potter. She played Luna Lovegood. She's very outwardly vegan. That's a weird way to say that. She's very publicly vegan. She talks about it a lot and is always like promoting it on social media and like trying to get different like companies and whatnot to do vegan things. I don't know. Anyways, she's coming out with a cruelty-free beauty subscription box. That's pretty cool. She was posting about it on Instagram, asking for input from her followers. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm not big on like beauty stuff, but honestly, I mean, it'd be fun to get one box just to see what's in it. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's enough. So, also I wanted to just like put this in here and just like let you guys know, and make comment on it. But, see, okay, here's one thing. Live Kindly and things like it, Veg News, PETA, whatever, a lot of those like vegan-y websites. I often see them say like vegan actor blank 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 or vegan singer blank blank blank, and I'm always a little bit skeptic of it because I'm like, how do you know for sure? Because I feel like most celebrities, they're not like super clear about it for a long time. And it makes sense why, because if they like went about saying like, oh, I'm vegan, 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 and then they make one mistake, then everyone is like on their ass about it and it's everywhere all over the internet and they look like a fool. But anyways, so they always like to put vegan in front of people's names. And I'm always like, where's the proof? You know, like where's the receipts? I just want to like make sure. Because I have seen stuff where it says like vegan actor blank blank, and then if you actually like Google vegan and that actor's name, there'll be something from a month ago or whatever that says like they're not vegan anymore, or that shows that or whatever. So, but anyways, it says vegan actor Zac Efron goes off the grid to cuddle baby goats, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know he was vegan. Another person where it's like close to my heart, like I grew up watching Zac Efron in like High School Musical and other things, and so like for him to be vegan, that would be like so cool. Also because he's like known as like super buff boy now, so that's good like advertisement, I guess, for vegan protein for men. But I see, but like I'm always like, is he vegan though? Like, is he really vegan? And I tried to search for it, but I didn't really see anything of him actually saying that he was vegan, but that he like eats a lot of vegan stuff, and like videos of him making smoothies or whatever. But anyways, it's just a picture of him like holding a baby goat like a baby, with his brother also doing the same. Just a nice picture. And I just thought it was funny because I was like, this seems like the wholesome version of like how PETA always does or did, like they still do it, don't they? Like photo shoots and like protests and stuff with like half naked girls, like, you know, posing or whatever. And then it's like, I'd rather go naked than wear fur or whatever. And it's supposed to be like, ooh, get straight dudes attention, and then they think about it, which is just stupid. But I feel like this is like, you know, gender equality, like PETA's next thing. They're gonna be like, hot guys holding small animals, and then there'll be like a vegan message on it. You know, because that's like bait for the young straight girls. Anyways, on to the next topic. We got places. We just finished people, now we talking about places. I think I'm pretty good on time. I think I'm like a half hour in. That's not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Need to have another sip of my smoothie. It's starting to look a little gross because it's, you know, it's been sitting here in the sunlight. Definitely more than a sip. But now let's talk about fashion, you know, like something I'm really passionate about, obviously. Oh, speaking of fashion, not really, but clothes. I thought I just heard something. I'll be posting about this, I'm sure, like on Instagram and showing it in videos, but just shout out to Wholesome Culture. I got these shorts from them a while ago, not that long ago. But yeah, really nice shorts. They're super comfortable. Definitely recommend them to you. I'm making so many scuffly noises and it's terrible, so I'm just going to sit down. But sneak peek of what I'll be talking about some other time. Just giving a pre-shout out to the shout out. They reached out to me for some product promo. I don't know how to use words. But yeah, I got a few different things from them. The shorts are my favorite. They're so comfortable. Definitely if you want some like vegan-y workout or lounge shorts, these are the ones, guys. These are so comfortable. I'll link them below if you want to check those out. But anyways, so ASOS, clothing company, updates animal welfare policy to include silk, mohair, cashmere, and more. So, yeah. It's not as interesting as I thought it might have been when I put it in here. But major UK online fashion and beauty retailer ASOS has updated its animal welfare policy to include a number of animal-based materials. Just Style reports, per the new policy, ASOS will no longer sell anything that includes the use of feathers or down, animal bones or horns, shells such as mother of pearl, teeth, mohair, cashmere, and silk, which is super cool. ASOS is a super popular clothing company, and so them doing that is awesome. Also, I think it's interesting to point out because I didn't really know. I mean, I knew it took me a couple years of being vegan to find out that silk wasn't vegan, because I don't think I ever questioned what it was, and I never knew that it was like had anything to do with silkworms. I thought it was just one of those names of a creature that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Like how a ladybug can be male. Anyways, so so I thought it'd be interesting to point out, for those of you who don't know, in the same article, it says, a number of consumers have inquired with ASOS about its stance on silk, as many speculate as to whether or not silk is cruelty-free. The traditional silk harvesting process entails boiling silkworms alive while they are in their cocoons. Cruelty-free fashion designer Stella McCartney has developed a vegan silk made from yeast and is also known to use piece silk, a method that allows moths to emerge from their cocoons. So that's pretty dope, if you ask me. But, I mean, not the boiling alive thing, but the fact that there's alternatives. But whenever they say, like, oh, there's a vegan alternative, there's another article in here that said, like, there was a vegan alternative to wool now, which is, like, so cool. But also, I think, you know, it's not as exciting as it seems because, like, normal people like me and most of you watching this are not going to get our hands on that for a long time because I'm sure it's super expensive and super, like, you know, not gonna be mainstream for quite some time. but it's still cool to look at. I'm just saying, like, that may be why I'm not as excited about a lot of those things, because I'm like, that's cool, but, like, is it actually going to be in the hands of, like, normal people anytime soon? Probably not. But anyways. And then I found a bunch of stuff on Airlines, all this, like, vegan stuff and, like, eco stuff, which I thought was really cool. So, like, 4 things right now that I'll talk about. But American Airlines ditches plastic straws and stirrers. One of the world's biggest airlines, American Airlines, has ditched plastic straws and stirrers from all of its planes and lounges. So that's crazy. I definitely did not know that. Plastic straws and stirrers. But now that I'm thinking about it, does anyone actually use straws? I've flown already 2 times, or more than 1 time in each of those times. That didn't make sense. I've flown quite a few times this summer already, and I don't remember any. I can't, like, picture anyone using a straw on a plane. Maybe, like, if you ask for it, but, like, they usually just give you a cup they usually just give you a cup, right? Anyways, that's still cool. So, first, American Airlines frequent flyer lounges will see plastic straws ditched this month in favor of biodegradable, environmentally friendly straws. Next, plastic stirrers will have a usable life of just seconds before being discarded. Oh, which have a usable life of just seconds before being discarded. Whoa. So dramatic. Will be replaced with wood-based stirrers. Pretty cool. Anyways, let's go on to Virgin Airlines removes beef and palm oil from flight menus. That's pretty dramatic. Like, removing beef from your menu completely? Didn't expect it. Oh, and soy. That's interesting, but also it's interesting that they didn't put that in the title. livekindly.co. More like livesus.co. Just kidding. Wow. Okay, so Virgin Atlantic with flights from the UK, North America, Caribbean, Africa, Middle East, and Asia has been removing ingredients deemed unsustainable, such as beef, palm oil, and soy from in-flight menus. The initiative is part of the company's ongoing partnership with the nonprofit organization, the Sustainable Restaurant Association. That's pretty freaking interesting. I wonder if anyone's going to complain about not having beef as an option, but that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a big step. Like, removing beef, like the number 1 meat, from your menu. And then also Australia's top airline promotes vegan bacon and eggs. I don't know how to say that. It's Qantas. 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 But I need there to be a QU if I'm going to go qua. You know what I mean? Anyways, they shared a promotional video on Twitter highlighting Melbourne plant-based cafe Matcha Milk Bar. Video features several of the cafe's offerings, such as eggs on toast, that feature a yolk made from linseed protein and sweet potatoes set in a white made of coconut milk infused agar-agar and big breakfast with eggs. Oh, that's a different meal. Features vegan bacon made from dehydrated mushrooms. Last year, they displayed support of veganism by adding an in-flight vegan menu, which includes falafel, lentil, and quinoa salad, instant vegetable noodles, marinated olives, and cashew sesame snacks to its subsidiary airline, Jetstar. Never heard of any of these, but maybe some of you guys have. Air Malta revamps in-flight menu, adds brand new vegan meal options. Major Maltese airline, Air Malta, has revamped its in-flight menu, adding brand new vegan options, including falafel wrap, falafel balls. There's a sandwich. There's a sandwich. I love how it doesn't say what it is at all. Oh my god, I almost sneezed. Air New Zealand announced the addition of vegan meat like Impossible Burger to its business premiere menu. Anyways, moving on. So definitely something important to talk about is the Beyond Meat burger at A&W. Someone asked me about this on Instagram, like what was my opinion on it, and I didn't even know that there was a Beyond Meat burger at A&W, so found that pretty interesting. Looked at a few articles of it myself, and was further interested. I believe it's just Canada though, right? It's only Canadian A&W, which I thought was super upsetting because what the heck? Like it's constant. It seems like every other week I see like big fast food place is about to start selling this really cool vegan option, and it's only Canada, or it's only the UK, or it's only Australia, or whatever. Like, just do it in all of them. Jeez. Or at least just, like, put it in the headlines. Don't say, like, Beyond Meat Burger now at A&W. How about Beyond Meat Burger now at A&W Canada? Don't get my hopes up. Anyways, so I guess a lot of vegans are upset because the Beyond Burger is served with 2 different sauces on it that are not vegan. One is mayonnaise and one is like their A&W sauce or whatever, and it's not vegan for some reason. And then also that they grill the burger with the other burgers. There's no like separate grill or anything. And here's my opinions on that. I definitely think that it's upsetting when a company comes out with a like vegan burger, like a burger that's very well known to be loved and promoted and adored by vegans primarily. Not that other people shouldn't eat it, and not that it's not for other people also, but like it's a little upsetting when it's like, ooh, we're gonna come out with a Beyond Meat burger, and then it's like they put like a bunch of cheese and mayonnaise on it or whatever, and they don't have any alternatives to that. However, I would be so happy with it. I mean, I'm happy with it, but like this is not something at all I would complain about. The fact that a huge fast food company is starting to sell a plant-based burger patty such as this, not just a veggie burger, but a Beyond Meat burger, which is like 10 steps ahead of having a veggie burger. I am so happy about that. Like, I literally would not complain. Would I prefer it to have, like, vegan mayonnaise on it and vegan cheese on it? Sure. But, like, literally, that's such a huge step forward. I, like, would congratulate them 100%. Maybe slip in a little suggestion, like, hey, maybe, like, have a, like, make it vegan option on the menu also, so that, like, you could have, like, maybe not even, like, a whole, like, vegan cheese and vegan mayo and vegan special sauce or whatever, but just, like, a vegan mayo on it instead. Like, would be nice. You don't need to have cheese, I don't think, because vegan cheese is a little pricey, and it's harder to have access to, but vegan mayonnaise is, like, super accessible these days in a lot of places in the world. But anyways, so I'm not surprised that people are upset that it's not fully vegan inherently and that they're cooking it on the same grill as the other meats. But I was surprised at how upset people were, despite the fact that this is a huge step for a major fast food company. Someone said, is it this article? I think it was up here. When you can't read, just use the search function. Oh yeah. So someone tweeted at A&W Canada and said, "This is bullshit. It's cooked on the same grill as meat, and then you and then another in it sauce, excuse me, and then whatever they're saying, and then also there's sauce that has eggs and dairy in it. Fuck you, middle finger emoji. Which I just think is like absolutely over dramatic. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of times, hey, I think vegans deserve great vegan options at every restaurant. I'd love for every restaurant to have a really good vegan option. I'd love for every restaurant to just be a vegan restaurant if it were my perfect world. But it's not. We're very far from that. So any like step forward, I'm going to be very happy about it and thankful of it. Even if it's not like, it could be a lot better or whatever. It's still good to see like progress. Them just having an Beyond Meat burger is already a step forward from like every other burger place that I know of, besides like the McVegan, but that's only like in like a couple countries over there. I just thought that was a little dramatic. Like, I think that paints a very negative and greedy, entitled image of vegans. Not that we're not entitled to good vegan options. I think it's important. But like, I just think it's like when a company takes a big step like this that many other companies are not taking, it's kind of counterproductive to be like, this is bullshit, da 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 da, fuck you guys, you suck, like, I hate you, whatever. I don't know, like, and then someone replies to it, you could probably ask for it without mayo, the Beyond Burger is incredible, and I'm so proud of this huge step A&W has taken. And I'm like, true, Heidi, I feel the same. Yeah, so, and about the, like, cooked on the same grill thing, someone else tweeted, very dramatically, is a vegan burger cooked on the same grill as meat still vegan? Nope. Actually, I disagree. I have no problem eating things that are cooked on the same grill as something else. I have no problem with people not switching their gloves out after like touching cheese or whatever before they touch my sandwich bread or something. I mean, like, would I prefer it? Yeah, but like, to me, it's such a minuscule difference. I'm not gonna taste it. It's not gonna make me sick. It's not gonna increase demand for anything. So why go through the effort of having them throw away a pair of gloves and get a new pair of gloves on, or clean off the grill when it's not a difference that I'm actually gonna notice realistically. However, I think it's totally fine if you want to have a separate grill, if you are uncomfortable with having like possible meat juice in your vegan meat. Like, I totally get that makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but I hate the attitude where it's like, oh, like, that's not a vegan meal because it's contaminated. Like, you're not vegan if you eat that was fried in the same oil as chicken nuggets were. Like, I think it's all just up to the person. If you want to eat tater tots that were cooked in chicken nugget oil, go for it. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, again, it's all about, like, does it make you uncomfortable or not? Because it doesn't do anything for increasing or decreasing demand of animal products. Let me tell you that right now. In fact, I feel like, if anything, I feel like it's mostly a neutral thing, but I feel like, if anything, asking for specialty grill or specialty replace the oil or replace the gloves or whatever, if anything, does more harm than good, because I think it paints, again, a more like pushy or like picky image of vegans. However, I think it's totally reasonable for someone to be uncomfortable with their vegan stuff being contaminated by animal products. I just want to put that out there. I don't want anyone to feel like they're not a true vegan if they eat things that are slightly contaminated, because I do it. Okay, so, but anyways, I applaud A&W. You guys can talk about it in the comments. I definitely would like them to serve vegan virgin mayonnaise. But the fact that they even have a Beyond Meat burger, to begin with, I think is amazing. So, and I believe I may be already at an hour. Now onto the food. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm not gonna take a big long time to reveal it because that's just dumb. But okay, so I have these organic chickpea puffs, also known as hip peas, in the flavors Sriracha Sunshine. So yeah. You may think these are familiar. They sell them at Starbucks. I don't know what's happening with my voice right now, but I think that's the only place that I've had them is at Starbucks. Well, they sell them at my Starbucks. I don't know if they sell them at yours, but I've only seen the white cheddar flavor in person, and they're both vegan. They say vegan on the bag. They're organic. They're basically like healthy Cheetos, healthy vegan Cheetos. And I was hoping that this one, since it's like sriracha, which, you know, is a somewhat spicy thing, that maybe these would be somewhat like hot Cheetos. I feel like they're probably not going to be, maybe I'd be disappointed if I expected it to taste like hot Cheetos, because it's probably not going to. But maybe this is closest that I'm going to get. Okay, so because I haven't had hot Cheetos since before I was vegan, obviously, because they're not vegan, which is freshman year of high school, when I was 14, and now I am 21, so, yeah. If you guys ever know of any, like, hot Cheeto or Cheeto type things, other than this, let me know, but interested to find out. Lots of sounds happening right now. Okay, so they smell very good. Honestly, smell kind of like a barbecue flavored thing more than they do sriracha, but I'll let it slide because it does smell good. They don't look red at all. They look like barbecue flavored, and they taste like, they smell like barbecue. I'm gonna do a nice little shot of them right now for the camera. Literally like sticking it in the camera. So that's pretty fun. They kind of look like chicken fries. They look like chicken, which is weird. Oh my god, does that not look like chicken? It looks like chicken. Anyways. Yeah, nothing like hot Cheetos. I think these are really good. Definitely nothing like hot Cheetos. They have a good, like, amount of spice, I think, for, like, chips. Because, at least me personally, I don't want, like, something like a chip to be super spicy. Because I tend to eat a lot of the chip. And then, you don't want to be, like, burning your mouth off by the end of the bag. But also I hate when things are like sriracha flavored and then they have no spice at all. It's like, what is even the point? I would recommend these. Definitely don't expect them to taste like anything because, you might be disappointed, but I think they're good. Expect them to taste good, I guess. They've got a nice flavor, a nice little small amount of spice, pretty mild. But yeah, very good. I feel like I might actually like the, maybe about the same. I really like the white cheddar ones that they have at Starbucks, which I think is interesting because I'm not usually that into white cheddar things. But yeah. Gonna need one more, and then we'll get into questions. This is starting to look so nasty. I had a green smoothie on the counter the other day and my mom walked in and looked at it and was like, what is that, pea soup? Yeah, so on to questions. Let me get my phone out. I already have some in mind that I'm probably gonna answer, but we'll see what fancies my interest first. One thing about the Instagram update with the questions, I think it's a really good idea, and I'm probably gonna use it occasionally. But the thing is, like, it's so dumb because when you're looking at the questions that people give you, it should show you the ones that you haven't answered, right? Like, there should be an option to just see the ones that you haven't already answered, but there isn't, as far as I can see. And so I just have to, like, scroll through all of these that, like, half of them I've already answered, and so it takes a lot longer than it would if I could just filter them a little bit. But yeah, it kind of just throws them all in here. And when you're so famous like I am, you know, you just get a lot of questions and it's like hard to like look through all of them, you know what I mean? But yeah, someone asked me, do you shave your body hair or are you all natural? Thoughts on the matter? And it's a good question. Mariah Armstrong. It's cut off. Anyways, ham. Literally ARM. Anyways, so at this point in my life, I shave my armpits like every time I shower because I just don't like armpit hair. And I know a lot of people say that like you're supposed to sweat less when you have armpit hair, but I just don't experience that. I definitely feel like when I have armpit hair, I sweat more because of the hair, and that just makes sense to me because like when you have more hair on your head sweats more. So yeah. So I don't like armpit hair. I've always shaved armpit hair like every time that I shower, even in the winter. I mean, not every single time, but like, you know, at least 2 times a week. And but the look doesn't bother me. Like I'm not bothered by like armpit hair in general. It's just like I'd rather be hairless cuz it's more comfortable to me. And I shave my legs like maybe 10 times a year. I don't ever shave in the winter. Maybe once if I want to wear like a dress or something and I don't want leg hair for some reason. If I don't often wear tights, but if I do, I definitely shave my legs because I hate the feeling of like leg hair in tights. I think it feels gross, and it bothers me, all the little hairs like poking through the holes in the tights. Anyways, but in the summer I shave like once every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, just because I prefer either hairless legs or short-haired legs. Like, I'd prefer prickly hair over long, soft hair. Just because I always, like, the wind blows my leg hair a little bit, and then it's like, I feel like there's a bug on me, or, like, it itches or bothers me. I don't know. And I've never been able to get used to that. I went, like, 2 years without ever shaving my legs, I think. I think I shaved them, like, once throughout 2 years. But, so, they got pretty long, and I got mostly comfortable with it, but I still just, like, preferred short hair, shaving. But really only in the summer, because in the winter, I don't even think about it, because I always have pants on. So, yeah. And then other things I just, like, trim up, I guess. And, yeah. But I did, like, for the longest time when I was going through my phase of, like, never shaving and being, like, very adamantly against shaving, I did want to make, like, a video about it, talking about it, but I never did. And then I started kind of shaving again, just, like, in the summer, like I said, but nevertheless. But definitely, I think I went through a phase where I was very just, like, wanted to protest, like, the body hair thing that's going on. I don't know. Like, it's really annoying. I think the thing that bothers me the most is that so many people look at female body hair as a hygiene issue, whereas they do not see the same at all with men. And that just is absolute bullshit. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, they think it's uncleanly. Is that a word? They think it's unclean for women to have armpit hair or leg hair or whatever. Which is just like, it doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, unless you also agree that men need to shave because it's dirty. I don't know. But that's just really annoying, considering how there's, like, absolutely no reason for us to be shaving besides, like, preference. But, like, it's not necessarily better for you in any way. It's not in any way cleaner. I don't know. It's really annoying. And the comments that you get when you don't shave your legs are annoying. But, I mean, you get over it mostly, but every once in a while I'd feel, like, a little insecure about it. Like, it's funny because, like, the only place that I felt, like, actually insecure about having, like, longer leg hair and, like, thinking, like, people are judging me was, like, in Ulta. Like, every time I would go to Ulta to get, like, this moisturizer that I used to buy, I was always like, everybody's judging me. Because I always feel like that in, like, makeup stores. I don't go to them often, but I'm always like, everyone hates me here. But, even though they're so nice. I don't know why I think that. Everyone's so nice at Ulta. Or at least our Ulta. Anyways, jeez. Got off the topic a little bit. But, hey, share in the comments. Do you guys shave? What do you shave? How often do you shave? And how do you shave? What do you use to shave? A machete? A Gillette razor? Are you a member of Dollar Shave Club? Yeah, so, somebody asked, I think I'm just going to do one more question because I'm already at 1:14 right now, and, I tend to talk a lot when I'm answering questions, and this one is very vague, not vague, but, like, very open, so, yeah, only this last question. Tips for switching to vegan/vegetarian. So, another thing I've definitely wanted to make a video about, I mean, you could say my whole channel is tips for going vegan and vegetarian, but, I've wanted to make, like, a very comprehensive, like, guide type video for a long time. Like, a long video, like, at least a half hour that goes over, like, every, like, facet of, lifestyle and how to go about that when you're new to the topic of veganism. But yeah, and if you have any recommendations for that, like specific things that you want me to go into in that video, that would be cool. It's probably going to be a video that I work on for a long period of time in the background, while doing other things in the foreground, if that makes sense. But anyways, so, tips for switching to vegan/vegetarian. So, for me, and I was thinking about this earlier today, but I really think that for most people, some people are very, like, they feel very impulsive about things like that, and they'd rather just go cold turkey, as they say, and just, like, overnight switch it up, and they're never eating animal products again. But I think for most people, and for me especially, this is how I felt, I think it's important to have a transition period, like a learning period. No, card full, what? No, it can't be. It can't be. Are you kidding me? What the heck? How is the card full? Oh my god, it's on fire. I think I'm just gonna do webcam because I can't find my other camera. Okay, so I was talking about tips for vegan/vegetarian, and I'm gonna turn so it doesn't look so dumb. So I was talking about a transition period, a learning period. The first year that I was vegan, I wasn't necessarily vegan by many other people's definition because whenever I would go like out to eat, say I was ordering like a veggie burrito and it didn't have cheese in it or it didn't have sour cream or whatever, or meat obviously, but I wouldn't ask about like chicken stock in the rice. I wouldn't ask about lard in the beans or the tortilla or whatever. I would just get the veggie burrito and ask for no cheese, no sour cream, no whatever. And that was enough for me. Or for example, if I went to Indian food, I didn't ask if there was butter in the rice or whatever. I would just order like a lentil curry and some vegetable biryani or whatever. Things like that. Like I was mostly vegan, but I didn't worry about the small things. I didn't worry about like, you know, is there a little bit of milk in this piece of bread, or is there a little bit of eggs in this tortilla or something? Eggs in a tortilla, eggs in the pasta or whatever. And however, like when I was at home, like if I was buying bread for myself at the grocery store, I would check for eggs and stuff like that because it was easy. Like when it was really easy, I would be fully vegan. But when I would go out to restaurants or when I would go to like a party, family party, or to a friend's house or whatever, I wasn't going to worry about like all the little things. And I feel like that's how most people should be for like their first year of being vegan, maybe even longer than that. If you're quick to learn things, maybe only a month. I was only 14, so I'm sure a lot of you would learn quicker than I did about certain things. But definitely, I think it's important to like don't worry about like the time you're taking. Like take the time that you need, because I think it's better in the long run to do that. And then it's also not so stressful, because if I were to just say like, oh, I'm going to be 100% vegan tomorrow, and I was like asking about everything everywhere I went and like, you know, and just like super worried about it all the time, then I think I would get pretty stressed and burnt out and be like, this is too hard. I'm just going to go back to eating normal. But if you do it like over a slow period of time and you take the easy route, then like maybe you're not 100% vegan, but no one even is anyways. And also then by the time that you're actually like worrying about the smaller things a year or two from now, then it doesn't seem like a big deal because you took the time to like ease into it, if that makes sense. So I think that's my biggest tip. And then also, don't deprive yourself of the fun things, as in like vegan junk food and vegan specialty products or whatever, or, you know, vegan baking, anything like that. Don't deprive yourself of those things, because that's also not going to end up well. But also don't splurge on it either, because then you are probably going to be racking up the expenses in your newly found diet, which is not going to end well also. So, yeah, just like find balance, I think, is the most important thing. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't think you need to be like perfect vegan, perfectly healthy, or vegetarian. If you slip up, like literally it doesn't matter. Like just keep going and learn from it. Like literally no one cares. And if anyone like gives you shit for it, they're dumb. And like, what are they even doing? That's my main thing, is like take your time. Don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about labels. Just like take the steps that you are able to take, and learn from your mistakes. So yeah. And I think that's it for today, for this episode of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it wasn't too long or too boring. I feel like this one was not as good as the first one, but you guys can leave me comments down below. If you like how I was a little slower, I talked about less things, but I was slower, or if you like me talking about a lot of things, but trying to go through them quicker, you can let me know. Is this too chill of a podcast, or is this just a right amount of chill? Also, let me know if you've ever tried these thingies, or if you're wanting to try them. I would recommend them. I think they're pretty good. And they have 4 grams of protein for 1 serving, which is really good for like a chip thingy. And also, let me know your favorite green smoothie recipe. Yeah. Goodbye. We out. Whoops, just squirted water everywhere.